Top 7 fruits that spike blood sugar. Diabetics should know this. You've probably heard it 100 times. Fruit is good for you. And for most people, that's true. But what if, for someone living with type 2 diabetes, some fruits are doing more harm than help? Let me tell you about Mark. He's 62. Thought he was doing everything right. No sugar, daily walks, small portions. Every morning, he started with what he thought was a healthy choice. Half a banana, sometimes a few grapes. But despite his efforts, his numbers stayed high. His energy dropped by noon, and he began wondering, what am I missing? The truth? It wasn't that Mark was overeating. It was that he was eating the wrong fruits at the wrong time and in the wrong way. And he's not alone. I've seen this story play out again and again. Patients frustrated, confused, feeling betrayed by the very foods they were told were natural and safe. If that's ever been you, if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right and still losing the fight, go ahead and tap that like button. You're not alone. And this might explain why. See, the problem isn't the fruit itself. It's the sugar load it delivers and how quickly your body absorbs it. Some fruits, especially when they're overripe, eaten alone, or juiced, can hit your bloodstream like a freight train. And the good news? You don't have to give up fruit entirely. Later in this video, I'll walk you through smart swaps, fruits that are sweet but steady, so you still get the joy without the spike. And the worst part? Most people don't even feel it happening until the fatigue, the brain fog, the cravings come crashing in later. That's why today's video matters. Because we're not just going to name names, we're going to break down the 7 most common fruits that silently spike your blood sugar and show you how to outsmart the spike without giving up sweetness or joy. If you're ready to take back a bit of control, subscribe now. This kind of practical, down-to-earth advice is what we bring every week. Now, the list might surprise you. Some of these fruits are sitting in your fridge right now. And in just a minute, I'll show you not only what they are, but why something as small as when you eat them or what you pair them with can change everything. One small shift could mean the difference between a stable day and a sugar spike you didn't see coming. Keep watching. You need to know what's next. 1. The hidden fruit spikers. Now, let's walk through the 7 fruits that might be silently working against you, even when you think you're making healthy choices. Some of these might be in your fridge right now. And no, this isn't about cutting them out forever. It's about understanding how they behave in your body. 1. Watermelon. Light, juicy, harmless, right? But with a glycemic index of around 76, watermelon breaks down fast. It's mostly water and quick sugar. One man I spoke with swore by his half slice after lunch. It's fruit, he said, better than cake. But an hour later, his glucose had jumped from 110 to 180 milligrams per deciliter. Especially when eaten alone or on an empty stomach, it's like giving your blood sugar a green light to skyrocket. Ever thought something healthy was safe, only to learn it wasn't? Hit that like button, you're definitely not the only one. Sometimes the foods that seem safest slip under the radar. The next one? Most people start their day with it and never see the spike coming. 2. Overripe bananas. The softer the banana, the sweeter it tastes, and that's exactly the problem. As bananas ripen, their starches convert into fast-absorbing sugars. And if you're eating one first thing in the morning with no protein or fat to buffer it, you might be setting yourself up for a mid-morning crash. Healthy breakfast? Maybe not. Especially if you feel sluggish by 10 a.m. Sometimes it's not just the fruit, but what you eat it with and when. But coming up next, a fruit so beloved, most people forget just how much sugar it's hiding. 3. Mango. It's just a couple bites, you think. But even half a mango can pack 22 to 25 grams of sugar, and most people eat it alone, straight from the cutting board. There's little fiber to slow it down, and no fat or protein to buffer the impact. The result? A sugar surge that hits harder than you'd expect from something that tastes so natural. This might be the insight someone in your family needs. Share this video. It could help someone avoid a hidden spike. And if that surprised you, wait until you meet the fruit that hides behind its size. It's tiny, sweet, and addictive, but it's one of the sneakiest spike triggers out there. 4. Grapes. They're tiny, refreshing, and feel like a guilt-free snack. But a small handful, Just 15 to 20 grapes can deliver 15 to 20 grams of sugar. And if they're cold and juicy, straight from the fridge, your body absorbs them even faster because there's nothing to slow them down. Sugar spikes don't always feel dramatic, but over time, they add up, and so does the damage. It's not always the big indulgences that hurt you. Sometimes it's the little habits we repeat every day. Now let's turn to something that tastes like a tropical vacation, but acts more like sugar on turbo mode. 5. Pineapple. Tropical fruits like pineapple don't just have more sugar, they also contain enzymes that accelerate digestion. That means the sugar gets into your bloodstream faster than you realize. Especially risky if you eat it alone, before lunch, or when you're already hungry. It's sweet, yes, but also swift, and swift isn't your friend when managing blood sugar. Now what if I told you the next one feels like a small treat, but your body absorbs it like straight syrup? You chew it slowly, it tastes rich, but inside, it's one of the fastest sugar hits you can get. 6. Dates, even dried. Dates are often seen as a natural treat, but 2 small pieces can contain over 30 grams of carbs, and when dried they become concentrated sugar bombs with nearly no fiber left. It's easy to pop 1 or 2 and then wonder why your sugar won't stabilize later that day. But it's natural, yes, but so is honey. That doesn't make it safe on its own. Sometimes the spike doesn't come from what you chew, but from what you sip. It's the one thing many people drink with breakfast, thinking it's healthy, but it hits faster than a candy bar. 7. Fruit juice. Even 100%, it's just orange juice. But without fiber, even 100% juice acts like liquid sugar. In fact, 1 small glass of OJ can spike your blood sugar faster than a candy bar because there's no fiber, no fat, no balance. It's not the fruit, it's the form. If that surprised you, subscribe. This channel is all about giving you the truth without fear, just facts you can use. Now, here's the thing most people miss. It's not just what you eat, but also when you eat it and what you eat it with. In the next section, I'll show you the 3 most common mistakes even health-conscious diabetics make with fruit, and how a few simple tweaks can make all the difference. Don't miss this. It could change how your body responds, starting with your very next snack. 2. 3 fruit mistakes you might be making without realizing it. Now that you know which fruits can spike your blood sugar, let's talk about something even more important: how you're eating them. Because for many people, the problem isn't just the fruit itself. It's the timing, the pairings, and a few simple habits that get overlooked. 1. Eating fruit alone. It's easy, it's light, it feels clean. But when you eat fruit by itself, especially with no protein, no fat, and no fiber, the sugar goes straight into your bloodstream. Think of it like opening the floodgates. No buffer, no breaks. A banana on its own, a handful of grapes at 10 a.m., a mango slice after dinner. It may seem innocent, but if you're watching your sugar, it's a hidden trap. If you've ever thought, I didn't eat much, why is my number still high? Tap like. You're not alone, and it's not your fault. 2. Wrong timing, especially morning on an empty stomach. This one surprises people, but timing really matters. Morning is when your body is naturally more insulin resistant, so when you have fruit, especially sweet fruit, on an empty stomach, your blood sugar can spike faster and higher than at any other time of day. A bowl of fruit at breakfast? It might feel like a smart choice, but without something to slow it down, it's often the worst time to eat it. If someone in your family still thinks fruit in the morning is always healthy, share this video. You could be protecting them from years of frustration. 3. Pairing fruit with the wrong healthy foods. Yogurt and fruit. It sounds like a wellness dream, but here's the catch. Most flavored yogurts are loaded with added sugar, and when you add sugary fruit on top, your body sees double sugar and barely any fiber. Even granola blends, often marketed as clean or diabetic-friendly, contain hidden syrups and fast carbs. Here's the fix. Choose plain Greek yogurt, add berries, low GI, and toss in a few almonds. That small change can transform a sugar spike into a stable curve. If that surprised you, hit subscribe. Every week, we break down practical shifts that actually help you feel in control, not just guilty. So you see, it's not about cutting fruit out of your life. It's about knowing when, how, and what to pair it with, so it works with your body, not against it. In the next section, I'll show you fruit swaps and smarter combinations that keep the flavor but flatten the spike. Because enjoying sweetness shouldn't mean sacrificing your health. Keep watching. The best part is still ahead. 3. What to eat instead. Safe swaps. So what now? If mangoes and watermelon and juice are off the table, are you just supposed to give up fruit completely? Absolutely not. The real key isn't restriction, it's replacement. It's learning to choose fruits that work with your body, not against it. Let's start with a few smart swaps. Fruits that are naturally low on the glycemic index, rich in fiber, and much easier on your blood sugar. Berries, blueberries, raspberries. Tiny but powerful, low in sugar, high in fiber, and packed with antioxidants. Add them to plain Greek yogurt and you've got a satisfying, steady snack, not a sugar spike. Apples, with the skin. Crisp, slow to digest. And when paired with a small handful of almonds or a spoon of almond butter, it gives your body the fat plus fiber combo it needs to stay steady. Kiwi. Tart, vitamin-rich, and one of the most overlooked diabetic-friendly fruits. Try it with a boiled egg. It's a surprisingly satisfying combo that flattens sugar curves beautifully. If you've been afraid of fruit, I get it. But sometimes it's not about eating less, it's about eating smarter. If that gives you a little hope, tap like. Let's bring confidence back to your plate. And if someone you love has been avoiding all fruit and fear, go ahead and share this video. The science is on their side. They just need the right guidance. You don't have to give up sweetness. Just give your body the chance to handle it gently. If this kind of calm, clear advice feels different from what you've heard before, subscribe. I post tips just like this every single week. Don't let fear take fruit off your plate forever. It's not about cutting out everything. It's about learning how your body responds and giving it a better chance to stay in balance. Because the truth is, change doesn't start with cutting things out. It starts with adding the right things in. One fruit, one small change. That's where it begins. You don't have to get it perfect, you just have to get curious. Which fruit did you once think was safe, but now you're rethinking? Drop it in the comments. Your story might help someone else see something they've been missing. Like this video if you learned something new today. Subscribe if you want practical, gentle tips made for real life over 50. And if you thought fruit was confusing, wait until you see the fish that can quietly sabotage your blood sugar. Watch next. 5 fish diabetics should never eat. Your plate might need a serious rethink.